back to another episode of me being highly distracted by my goats. I am very excited because around 5 or 6 days ago, Jupiter gave birth to her babies finally. It was kind of intense. It definitely didn't go as smoothly as Beatty's babies. Beatty's babies just kind of flew out of her. Jupiter was screaming for a long time, and I had her in the birthing stall, and it ended up being so like I could see like the back hock of one of the babies trying to come out, which means that it was trying to come out breech. So I, of course, as a newbie, and I couldn't contact my friends as she was like in labor trying to push, so it became more of like a life or death situation. So I ended up having to go in, and I had to twist the back legs around so I could get them one by one out, and finally got both of the legs to come out, and then I had to pull the baby out, and the baby was fine. It was a little doeling, and she is beautiful, and she looks like Jupiter. And then the next one that was coming out it had its front legs coming out, but its head was turned back. So I had to kind of rearrange that one as well. That one wasn't as hard as the breech baby at the very beginning, but that one came out fine, and it is a little buckling, and he is super, super cute. And he has blue eyes like his mama. She only had the 2, which I am grateful for because I wasn't prepared for Beatty to have 4 anyway. So now we have 6 kids all together, and they're all doing really well. So I'm very excited about that. It definitely was kind of a harrowing experience to have to assist such an intense birth for just my second goat birth ever. Of course, before my goats gave birth, I watched several YouTube videos of like how to assist if I needed to, but it's one thing to watch the video and it's another thing for it to actually happen to you, but we got it done and everything is good. You already had yours. Lady, excuse me. You just had nearly a whole bottle. You need to get down. This baby is the smallest one of all. He is quite needy. The black and white one is growing actually really, really well. But this one is definitely just gonna be a little pet for somebody. I can't keep him, guys. He's super cute though. He was my first attempt at disbudding myself. I didn't make a video on that because I am still learning. Disbudding is the process of removing the horn buds as they grow so they don't have horns. Because horns can cause injuries later on. They can get caught in fences. They can, just a whole bunch of different scenarios can happen when they have horns. We have opted to disbud. So he was my first attempt, and I think I got them down far enough, but then my mentor came out the day after that, and she helped me disbud everybody else, except for Jupiter's new little doeling. She needs done still, so I probably will be doing her alone this weekend, but now that I know how to do it, kind of feel a little bit more confident in that. But this guy, he just needs a little bit of special attention. He's just a little stunted, but with quads, I think that is expected that we're gonna have at least one be the runt. So, are you almost full? He likes to scream at me. He is definitely like a little baby. He is so cute. Everybody else is growing really, really well. So this girl right here, she is so big already. I love her, guys. But I loved her when she first came out. She's just so big and she's great, so I'm excited for her. And you are not getting any more. You just had a whole bunch. And I finally got the little dark girl to come around. And she takes a bottle quite nicely now. Barn is chaos right now, you guys. when you have this many baby goats and you're bottle feeding at least 4 of them. I don't know if I'm going to start bottle feeding Jupiters or not, since she only had a pair. She might just do well dam raising them. And it would also be really good, I think, for me to experience both bottle feeding and dam raising to see if I think that there's any difference when they get older of socialization. There's a lot of different opinions on goats and how people prefer to do things and how some people believe this and that, and it's just like with rabbits. You okay? Just like with rabbits, just lots of different opinions on the best way to do things, and the whole goal is for me to find the best way for me to do things. It's not necessarily I don't necessarily have to conform to what other people do. It's just finding what works best for my farm. So, and it's the same with all livestock, I feel. So I just came back out here again after going in for a while because it's actually kind of cold out today, and my kids are screaming at me again because they see that I'm out here and they think maybe that I have more food for them. So we will just excuse all of the kids screaming in the background noise. But you guys will remember my Growout hutches. These are my 7-foot long by 30-inch deep Growout hutches that I house my growing Creme d'Argents and my litters as they are growing, just so they have a lot of room to just kind of grow and nobody is cramped. If you are interested, I do have plans. They are very detailed plans on how to make these Growout hutches, but today I am going to be showing you guys something that I've done to update them yet again even further, and I am going to be updating the plans with this detail as well. But since it's something that I'm adding later on, it's just something that I'm going to share with you guys here on the YouTube channel. So historically for my Growout hutches, I've always propped the lids open with sticks or a piece of 2x2 or just basically whatever I can find laying around. So when I built all 4 of these, I was just using sticks for them. One of them or 2 of them I was using 2x2s. But no more. So I'm going to be showing you guys today how I made a simple DIY lid prop for my Growout hutches, and this would work for any cage that lifts open from the top, honestly, as long as you have something to attach the prop to, like any rabbit tractor or anything like that, it would work. So I'm going to show you how I make that, and it's super simple. So for my Growout hutches, I have a 22-inch piece of 2x2 or scrap wood, whatever you have really that works. I don't think this is quite a 2x2. I actually think it's a little bit thinner than that, but this is what I have, and this is what I'm going to be using for my prop. This is 22 inches long. And then we have this smaller piece here. This is also a piece of scrap wood. This piece is 2.5 inches long, and as you can see, I've already drilled a pilot hole in it. And this pilot hole is going to be used for my screw to screw into one of the main roof supports. This one also has a hole in it, and this hole is very big. You'll see actually that my screw could go all the way through it if it wanted to. So it's not really a useful pilot hole if you were going to be attaching a piece of wood like we are going to be doing with this one, but that's why we have a washer here. So essentially what we're going to be doing is we are going to be putting our washer over that hole and then inserting the screw, and then we're going to be screwing into one of the roof supports, and because the screw is loose inside of this hole but it's attached with the washer, it's going to allow us to lift this up and be able to twist it up. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean. I know I just said that we wouldn't be using a stick to prop these open with anymore, but before I actually get the prop on, I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my lid up and prop it up with my stick. And this is normally how I would go ahead and do chores now. I would have to put the stick in there and have it propped open, and then I could feed in water. But we are going to be installing a prop that attaches to this roof support right here, and it's going to lift up and go right here. And it will be just kind of like a built-in prop, so I don't have to worry about sticks getting lost or anything like that. So we are going to go ahead and install that. Here is the roof support that we're going to be installing our brace onto, the prop that we will be able to pull back, and then it's going to be installed right here. There is already a hole here because I've actually already installed it just because I wanted to make sure that this whole idea would work before showing it to you guys. And I honestly can't take credit for this whole idea. I actually got this idea from those of you that have purchased the Growout plans, and you guys are so creative sometimes and you just give me more and more ideas to get stuff like this done. So this is kind of a collaborative effort between myself and my audience. So thank you guys so much. If you came up with this and I saw it on Facebook or somewhere, thank you, because this is gonna be like really, really nice. So like I said, we have our 22-inch piece here. This is just a piece of scrap wood. This is the one that has the really big hole in it, and our screw goes into it with the washer on the other side of the screw right here. So we're gonna go ahead and screw this in right here. And it's gonna be a little bit easier for me just because, like I said, I already have that hole there. So it's pretty much fine as it is. It kind of stays put. And now we're able to twist this up, and we're able to put it upward so it holds the roof up. So it's pretty much good like this. But what we're gonna be doing now is every once in a while when I put these down, it has a tendency to want to fall, which we want it to be loose, but we don't want the rabbits to be able to chew on it. So what we have now is we have this little piece here. And I am sure that the rabbits might get a hold of this a little bit, but this is just gonna be something that props this piece up from falling down. So we're gonna attach it like right there, and then ideally the piece is going to rest against it and it's not gonna be able to fall. And I actually haven't screwed this in on any of my rabbit hutches out here yet, so I am gonna be doing this for the first time for you guys here, and we'll see how well it works. Okay, so we got that attached, and there we go. So now, every time we put that down, it rests on that board and it can't go anywhere. So I know this is the other side, but now I can get rid of my stick, get rid of that. We're not gonna be using sticks anymore, and every morning, ta-da! I just lift this up and we have a built-in prop, and then when I'm done, just put it down, close the lid. It's as simple as that. And those new babies today, you guys, this is the first day that Jupiter's babies have been out and they are screaming their heads off, and I don't know why. So I'm sorry if you just hear that throughout this entire video. I'm hearing it. I keep facing the microphone away from them, but you're probably gonna hear it too. I'm gonna have to do that little tab portion on all of my rabbit hutches now, because these three already have the props in them, but they don't have that little stop tab. So I'm gonna have to install that on the rest of them as well, because that is very, very helpful. And honestly, I would be doing you guys a disservice if I was out here talking about my rabbit hutches and not actually talking about the contents in some of them. So we all know the situation surrounding my Netherland Dwarf Creme d'Argent crossbred litter and Bobcat, who unfortunately got mastitis and we had to put her down. Very unfortunate situation overall. Chevra took Bobcat's babies swimmingly. Like she adjusted to them immediately. There was really no adjusting. I just gave them to her and she was like, oh, okay, these are mine now, yeah. And our little dwarf crossbred babies are growing and they look so cute. And then some of them I can definitely see a resemblance to Ringo, and it is cracking me up. So I'm gonna show you guys how they're looking. And I am not actually sure how old they are now. I think that they are about 8 weeks old, I think. I would have to look at my calendar, but I'm pretty sure they're around 8 weeks old. So we're gonna look at them. They are so small still, you guys. They're so cute. So like I said, I already put props in all of my rabbit hutches here. Just need to put the little stop tab on the rest of them. They're all hiding in the den area, so we're gonna have to look at them in there. Look at all of these. There's so many. So many babies, and Chevra looks beautiful as always. Chevra always looks beautiful. There are 2 purebreds somewhere in this dog pile, but there are 13 babies all together back here, and it's so funny. I can actually tell now, like I know for sure that's a Ringo baby, like by the ears. I know that one is. It's so funny to me because I can tell, look at that little tiny one right there. By the ears, like some of them just look like Ringo in the face, and they are so stinking cute. Look at this little tiny thing. Look at that. That's one of the smallest ones. Like this one looks more dwarfish to me. Look at those little ears. But this one reminds me of a baby Ringo. And something that is surprising to me is that they are getting some cream silvering. Like it does look like creme d'argent silvering coming in. So I am really interested to see what exactly is happening to the coat. I don't know if it's going to resemble the creme d'argent or not. I know that it goes all the way to the skin, and we don't have like any light undercoat with them, which is very, very interesting because with creams, it can be tough to get the undercolor to go all the way to the skin like that. So it's just very interesting. I mean, if I want to work on color, if I'm actually wanting to do a mini creme colored rabbit, I am going to have to work on color a lot, like color and silvering a lot. And something that I find funny is that a lot of them have a grayish slate-ish colored nose. So I don't know exactly where that comes from. I know a lot of the dwarfs have it that I have in here, so that is just really funny to me. I had mentioned something on a previous video where I had said that the ears looked like they had some slate coloring on them, but honestly, I'm not finding it to be as big of an issue as I thought it was going to be, so that is just really funny to me. If you need an endorphin boost, just pause this screen right here, and hopefully that helps you on your Friday. I will likely be growing out these dwarf cream crosses for quite some time yet. I would like to keep them all until they're around 5 months old if possible, because for one, they're probably not going to reach butcher weight, if at all, until 5 months old, and also I really want to assess body type in its fullest form because this is the first generation of crossbreeding like this, and if I am going to be keeping one or two from this litter, I want to make sure that it's going to be conforming to the standard that I've kind of set in my head. So it's, like I said, this is going to be such a long project if I continue to go with it, and I'm still not sure how serious I am about it, but it has definitely been fun to get such a strange cross because I'm not sure if anybody's ever done a Creme d'Argent Netherland dwarf before, but if I'm the first one to do it, you guys are gonna see all of what I have to offer. So I just think that they are so cute, and I'm excited that I'm able to share them with you guys. I hope that this video, if anything, gave you a little dose of cuteness and maybe an inspiring idea to do with your Growout hutches. If you have Growout hutches, if you don't, remember I do have plans. I will link them below in my bio, and you guys can purchase plans for these Growout hutches because they really are nice Growout hutches, and I stand by my design. I worked very hard on this design, and I've actually had people reach out to me saying that they had no building experience whatsoever and they were able to put one of these together. So I'm very happy about that. I did try to lay it out as simply and as informatively and detailed as possible, so I am hoping that if you do buy them that you will enjoy and be able to put together your own Growout hutch. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today, and with that I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.